Jesus Christ.
Majestically galloping upon her steed, she's the kingliest king the world's ever seen. Though her vocabulary is a bit confused, when it comes to entertainment, she just can't lose. Her Majesty is ready to go. Turn up the lights, let's start the show with special guests and the latest news. It's time for Roundtable Talk with Crown and Crew. Crown and Crew.
Holy fucking shit!
Why?
Was that real? What was I thinking? Going to help those selfish idiots in Eden? Oh, no. That was insane! That was completely insane! How are any of us alive? Okay. My citizens! We will get through this. We've been through worse. Like that time I ran out of my special mushrooms. Boy, am I mean when I'm sober.
On the bright side, at least none of us died. Probably. Maybe.
I'm throwing Rappy and her stupid kid at the queen.
Oh, you think together they're powerful enough to beat the queen?
What are you talking about? Why would her kid be able to fight?
Ignoring Marion's desire for infanticide, we do need to get along with the show.
Easy for you to say. You and Trony weren't even there. Hey, I already have enough PTSD.
We weren't there because Trony and I are just figments of Crown's imagination due to the immense amount of psychedelic mushrooms she's constantly eating.
Wait, really? Is that really your lore, Wells? That makes so much sense.
No, of course not. But the fact that you'd believe it should tell you have a serious addiction problem and we need an intervention.
Hell no! I'd sooner fight the Rapture Queen than try and go cold turkey again. Gotcha Forecaster and former main heroine Marion, save us! Both from this subject and, literally save us in the story. Because it's going to be you or Rappy's kid. There's really no other options. And if we're being honest, your combat track record isn't exactly great. I mean, seriously, who loses to Indivilia?
Didn't you also lose to Indivilia in your final fight with her?
That last clash was a tactical withdrawal. Also, it was Chime's fault anyway. For not activating the Naked King sooner. Seriously, why didn't you do that before I got sliced in half?
Marion, just do the preview of the Gotcha forecast.
Everybody's broke, in more ways than one. Yes, it's safe to say nobody is rolling on the upcoming banners with New Year's right around the corner. And Overspec Anise is certain to be the banner unit. We'll check back in with you at the end of this therapy session we're calling a show to get the full Gotcha forecast. And now, on to today's news. Everyone's dead or dying. The end.
My king, that doesn't count as doing the news.
Fine. As you all know, November brought us Nikke's 3rd anniversary. And oh boy, did it hit like a freight train. Starting with the happy news, we got so many things to spend money on.
Not sure I'd count that as happy news, considering the state of the kingdom's finances even before this event.
Yes, always with the complaining about money. But just look at what I bought us. Not only did we get 2 new pilgrim units with Nayuta and Liberalio, but we also got 2 Gotcha skins. One for Red Hood, for some reason, and one for Nayuta. Sheesh, Nayuta, leave something to the imagination, why don't you?
I didn't think it was possible to get more revealing than your Naked King skin, yet here we are.
Speaking of me, as you always should be, I also got a new skin, and so did my wife. Though I really would have preferred me and Siren in our wedding dresses. But I guess having us go clothes shopping together is still a romantic couples activity. Thanks, John's ShiftUp. I knew that talk we had about me needing more attention would pay off. Watch the latest episode of The Royal Hour, all about NPC Jail. Crown even interviews the CEO of ShiftUp, John ShiftUp. Link in the description below. There's more to life than just spending money, Mommy number 7. Like, food. But money can get you lots of food. Explain how. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Woohoo!
Wow, I didn't think Crown had
any understanding of how money works. And you get more money by using the magic money printing machine. I think they call it an ATM. Sometimes I have to use Trom to bust it open, but it always has an infinite supply of money inside. In other happy news, we got new campaign chapters, which finally wrapped up the 4-Beast plot. It's over. It's finally over. I thought that nightmare was never going to end. Over? It's just getting started. I don't want a sibling. Yes, the introduction of the 4-Beast pseudo-rapture queen known as Only One was certainly a shocking development. What's more shocking is that ShiftUp literally had the balls to have the 4-Beasts extract the key ingredient in Rappy Jr.'s creation from the commander's, well, balls. Kind of gives new meaning to the commander's constant desire to inject Nikke's with Vapaus. Somehow the 4 biggest dumbasses on the surface managed to take Rappy's old body and the commander's special sauce and create what is probably the single strongest being on the planet. At this point, my money is on Rappy Jr. being the one to kill the Rapture Queen. Yeah, aside from using E2 crystals against the kid, I'm not sure there's anything else that could actually beat the Only One. Heck, even the Rapture Queen at her peak power seems like a joke compared to this monster. Speaking of jokes, let's talk about the ending of the campaign chapters. Through the power of hugs and uppies, the commander managed to defeat this undefeatable monster. No, I'm not joking. Yes, it is as absolutely ridiculous as it sounds. I mean, Anise and the Arc Super Cannon helped out. Kind of. Oh, don't even get me started on how ham-fisted that was. Also, if the Arc had a cannon that powerful, how in the world were they ever concerned about you when you were a heretic? That thing could have one-shot you easily. And don't say it's from the EVA collabs. I refuse to believe anything from that fever dream of an event is canon. Wrapping up the new campaign chapters, as Marion mentioned, Anise got her plotline wrapped up. On the one hand, it felt rushed. On the other hand, it means we don't have to see more of Anise being emo, so I'll count it as a win. Speaking of emo, Liverin continued to be the worst. EH and Neon's plot got some exciting developments, and we got more 6-0 story, including the reveal of possibly Sugar's sister. My king, that is wild fan speculation based on one sentence from 2 years ago. There's no way we can say that Logie is related to Sugar just because she also has a motorcycle. Neon met a bunch of Deep clones, and all but confirmed she is an agent of Deep, and then got drugged by Ether and Jen. Seriously, when will people learn to stop accepting drinks in this universe? It never goes well. Pretty sure the devs confirmed Red Shoes didn't infect Cinderella through the tea, even if it did seem like that was what was happening during that scene. Lastly, Liberalio turned over a new leaf and decided she's going to advocate for coexistence. I'm sure that conversation with her mom will go well. That's enough about the campaign. Let's move on to the real star of the patch. It's the Goddess Fall event. And wow, were there a lot of goddesses falling. Following Liberalio's huge mistake of using Eden's spear to punch through Siren's liquid metal bubble and wake up the queen, all hell broke loose at Eden. And every character anyone cares about converged on the location, including us. Yeah. Hey, you 3 have nothing to complain about. Chime, you even got an upgrade. And Marion, trusting Chatterbox and Indivilia is in the top 50 stupidest things you've ever done. And if we're not counting you putting things into your mouth you shouldn't, then it ranks in the top 5. Let's please get back to the event. Oh, right. Like I said earlier, everybody died. Everyone did not die, my king. Well, it sure felt like it. Isabel and Haran are definitely dead, and Noah may or may not be depending on how much her brain got fried. Chatterbox is finally dead. Probably. Indivilia got eaten by Nihilister, and not in a good way. Nihilister got absorbed by the queen and is almost definitely dead. Rapunzel was completely obliterated and is just a brain in a jar. Scarlet's in even worse condition. They can't even get her brain out of her body, it's so broken. Snow White got decapitated, which somehow was the best result for the Goddess Squad members. Nayuta's army of clones all died, and Nayuta herself got Saitama punched by Queen Lilywise. Marion's core got ripped out of her. And then there's me! Poor me! The most important and beloved character in all of Nikke. Hey, that's my title. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's Rappy's title. Or Cinderella. Do either of them own a castle? No? Then how could they possibly be as important as me? Anyway, I got sliced in half by Indivilia, and Chime looted my body and took the Naked King. You gave that to me, my king.
You said you wanted to see if you could get this game's rating bumped from 12 plus to 18 plus, and thought having me wear the Naked King would cause that.
Oh, right. Honestly, at this point, if Nayuta's gacha skin doesn't get this game to have its rating upgraded, nothing will. I suppose it's not all bad news, though. Well, yes, many characters died. Some got revived from the dead, including 2 Export thought would never return. Despite constantly complaining death has no meaning in this universe. It's Red Shoes and Rose. Technically, it's not Red Shoes. It's an AI construct based on her Nerd!
Careful, my king. With you and Marion out of commission, the nerds are the only ones in the kingdom that aren't grievously injured. Kilo, Trony, and Wells might usurp your throne.
Oh, I've always wanted a throne made of waffles. Would you guys really do that for me?
I said usurp, my king, not syrup.
Oh, right. I knew that. Wrapping up the event, it had a minigame that somehow managed to... What was that word again? Ah, yes, usurp Hero Road as the worst minigame ever. On the plus side, though, it did reveal the entire backstory of Eden. Incorrectly revealed it, as there was a serious translation issue where Cecil said she was a Nikke, and it had the entire English community super confused until it was confirmed to be wrong. What? The English translation team screwing up? No, that would never happen. Speaking of mistakes, that brings me to our special guest. A woman rivaling the 4 beasts as the biggest dumbass on the surface. Please welcome Nayuta. Or don't. Actually, probably don't. Why dost thou insult this humble monk so voraciously? Chime, put in your earplugs. I don't want her infecting you again with her weird Timu Scarlet way of talking again. As for you, you stupid, stupid, stupid monk! In what universe did you think doing anything Red Shoes suggested was a good idea? Verily, my goals merely aligned in part with the Crimson Trader. She did not control my... If Nikke Hitler is agreeing with your plan, that means it's a bad plan! What, did you divide your 2 brain cells among your thousands of clones? Is that why you're such an idiot? Though my scheme may not have delivered unto us the victory I had envisioned, it is not without its own triumphs. The felling of the space station is a great boon, as is the delivery of the poisoned chalice, bringing an end to the Queen's illimitable regeneration. How long is the Vophouse going to stop her from regenerating anyway? Is the Vophouse even the thing preventing regeneration? Or is it because she's in Lilywise's body, which lacked regeneration anyway? Oh yeah. If it's because she's in a new body, you didn't even need to give her the Vophouse and destroy what was left of Lilywise's nymph. Wait, did you just kill off the only chance we had of ever getting a playable Lilywise for no reason? You monster! Oh, verily. It was the only way to... Speaking of your stupid plans, why didn't you send a clone to reach out to Marion before any of this happened? You could have warned her that when the Queen descends, she would lose all control over Chatterbox and Indivilia. That's a question. Why didn't you try to convince Marion to transform into her big robot mode way earlier in the battle? She pretty effortlessly killed the Rapture Swarm once she did. And could have taken down Chatterbox and Indivilia too, if she had the rest of Eden watching her back for surprise attacks, instead of, you know, being dead. An even better question. Why didn't you warn me the Queen could also absorb laser beams I fired? An even better question. Why in the world did you agree with Red Shoes to hide Marion's identity as a potential Rapture Queen? That had the potential to blow up in everyone's face. Seriously, Red Shoes was literally counting on that. How in the world was someone as dumb as Marion smart enough to realize hiding that was a bad idea, but you didn't? Exactly. Hey, wait. Dost thou's animosity towards this one's actions perhaps derived not from anger, but fear of losing thine title? What?
My king, she's saying you're angry at her because she's threatening to replace you as the best Burst 2 in the game.
Chime! What did I say about the earplugs? We are not letting Discount Ratana here infect you with her old English talk again. Also, you think you can displace me as the king of Burst 2? Pridewin would say differently. Except for PvP. But nobody cares about PvP in this game. Martial prowess is but one aspect of value. Is this one's lascivious variant not superior to thine own? Again, what? She's saying her gotcha skin is better than yours. Your gotcha skin is literally $60 of body paint. It's trashy, and it's a ripoff of Kama's skin from FGO. Mine's classy nudity. Yeah, classy, like my Commander hentai collection. Or my Johan Rule 63 hentai collection. Or my Wing Zero Gundam hentai collection.
Also, when my king equipped her skin, she saved the day. When you equipped yours, you did a sparkly light show and then got everyone killed.
Chime, earplugs, now! Dost thou think thee are all without sin? Hath not the scorpion been under young Marion's yoke for many a moons? Why, O king, did thou not maketh use of said villain's nigh limitless reservoir of alva particles to recharge thine divine garments I so graciously bestowed upon thee? Nerds! Translation!
She's saying if Marion had control of Indivilia for so long, why didn't she force Indivilia to use her ability to produce basically infinite alva particles to fully recharge the Naked King, so we could have used it against the Rapture Queen?
Well, that's because, oh shit, why didn't we do that? There's no guarantee the Naked King could have defeated the Queen, is there? I mean, Pioneer, the Kingdom, Nayuta. Basically, everyone who knew of its existence universally agreed the Naked King is the best possible weapon for the job. Heck, it let someone as weak as Chime almost one-shot a heretic, even when at a fraction of its full charge. At max power in the hands of me or Mommy number 7, it might have actually been able to fully disintegrate every single piece of the Queen before she could regenerate. It is basically a focused fire nuke. And we know one of the first things the Queen did at the start of the Rapture War was prevent nukes from being used against her. It's reasonable to assume dropping a miniature star on her and, in a fraction of a second, atomizing every single nanomachine that makes up her body would make regeneration impossible. I'm gonna do what I do with all information I don't like, which is ignore it until someone else takes care of the problem for me. Now then, last questions. What was up with you in that hard mode ending? You hate nature? Really? And what was with that final conversation between you and Mirror? You're still working together? And how many clones do you have anyway? Undisturbed nature, 'tis but a reminder of this one's failure to return humanity unto its rightful place upon the surface. And if I eschewed in divulging mine true number of facsimiles to the great Crimson Schemer, why dost thou believe I would reveal such information to thee? Great Schemer? What great scheme has Red Shoes ever actually succeeded at? All her scheming always fails or backfires. But what if her surreptitious embellishment of corruption and conveyance unto Cinderella,
Which led to Red Shoes' own death and Cinderella permanently traumatizing the Rapture Queen.
Oh, right. But lest we forget her machinations to control Marion.
You mean the plan to have Marion hide she was the Rapture Queen and then leak the truth, thereby causing Marion's allies to abandon her and force Marion to turn to Mirror for help? A plan which failed almost immediately.
Be that as it may, what of her scheme with Chatterbox to...
She literally said she herself couldn't believe her lie to Chatterbox actually ended up being true. If anything, her plan with him ended up exactly the opposite of how she intended. She couldn't have possibly got it more wrong if she tried.
Truly, I must needs reconsider if the Crimson Traitor be as capable as I'd first mused. And that about does it for the interview. Chime, get me my gun. I'm giving this probably clone of Nayuta an express trip to reunite with the original. While I do that, let us once again return to our gotcha forecaster Marion for a look at what's next. Marion?
Never forget, she's the main heroine. It's the Gotcha Forecast with Marianne.
Do I really need to do a forecast? I mean, no one is rolling till the winter event in New Year's, right?
Marion.
Oh, fine. The only thing more devastating than the destruction done to the good guys by the Rapture Queen was the destruction done to players' wallets by the 3rd anniversary. Double gotcha skins, double pilgrim rate banners, and 2 irresistible skins for the most popular and meta characters in the game. Thankfully, now that players are broke, we're getting a breather with a regular rate banner for an all-new character.
Marion, Celine isn't new. She's been in the game since launch.
Uh-oh, Chime. I think that fight with Indivilia messed up your head. I guess that's a trend every time you fight her, because there's no way Celine has been in the game since launch. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd have seen her in, well, anything. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because what we're all really waiting for is the Winter and New Year's banners. I wonder if they'll continue the train theme and do a winter train event featuring Brit and Beta version me. If they do, I'm sure Beta me will get a new skin. Again. The fact that Diesel, a character with basically zero relevance to any plot, has more skins than Marion and, until recently, Rappy, is insane. And that's only if you count Rappy Red Hood and regular Rappy as one character. If not, then Diesel still has the second most in the game. Viewer, do you know who has the most? That's right, it's quiz time! Go to the YouTube comments right now and type which character has the most skins in the game. No cheating! Don't look at other comments! While you're waiting, I'm supposed to tell you that the horrible, useless monk from today's interview somehow got her own theme song. Take a listen.
Seen it all from west to east, died 1,000 times at least. Know your secret's not a spy, bury deep the truth of life. Fight and die and then repeat, yet I've never known defeat. I am many, we are one, this evil I shall see undone.
Listen to Seen It All after this video, linked in the description below. And tell Nayuta her gotcha skin isn't nearly as good as mine.
You're supposed to be wrapping up the quiz, my king.
Oh right, the answer is... Marie? What's a Marie? You mean Mary?
No, somehow Mari Makanami from the EVA collab has 5 different appearances, breaking Diesel's single unit record of 4.
That's crazy. Almost as crazy as thinking any character besides Overspec Anise will be the New Year's banner character.
Is she Overspec? Isn't she just wearing a different outfit? She didn't actually merge with Pretty's core, right? I thought Overspec units had to undergo a core merger, like Rappy and Mihara. And in both cases, it was dangerous and traumatic. Anise didn't seem to go through any of that.
I thought Pretty's core got used to make the armor Anise wanted from Mustang. How could she merge with a core that's not a core anymore? Guys, you're forgetting one important thing. Anise has to be Overspec, because if she's not, how can ShiftUp justify giving her a Pilgrim rate drop chance? Before we get to New Year's, we've got to get through the winter event. And breaking news! The prediction we made earlier in the show just got confirmed. Diesel and Brit are getting winter alts, with Diesel Winter Sweets and Brit Silent Track. Both will be limited units, so this will be your only chance to get them until they inevitably rerun next year. Jackal is also getting a skin. Why is she carrying an axolotl instead of a dog? I have no idea. Lastly, we have even more breaking news. A real Christmas miracle. It appears the original Bunny twins might be returning to the meta. First, Blanc got these unbelievable interactive 3D scenes in the Chinese version of Nikke. And now, Blanc is getting a new gotcha skin. Check it out.
Wow, that bottom half certainly is, Nayuta adjacent. Is that what we're calling being near naked now?
Nor may also be getting a new skin, as shown by this alleged image of her new outfit. One or both of them is also apparently getting a favorite item. Again, at the time of the writing of this script, all that's been shown is this picture, although all signs strongly indicate it's a favorite item for Blanc.
Wow, the bunny girl's getting back in the meta. Now that's a Christmas present.
I know, I can't wait! I hate waiting for Christmas presents. I want it now!
Me too! Chime, where's my presents? My king, you already got 2 new pilgrims, 2 gotcha skins, and 2 pass costumes. What more could you possibly want? I don't know, but I know how I'm going to fund it. That's right, viewers. I need you to subscribe and hit that like button. And to become an even more officially official member of the kingdom, join the channel as a member for all kinds of benefits. See the link below for details. You can also join by using your Amazon Prime sub on Twitch. And speaking of, don't forget to watch Export's live streams every weeknight at 8 p.m. PST, featuring fun games, ASMR, educational lessons from the doctor herself, and you can even request live Nikke character impressions using channel points on Twitch to submit lines you want Export to read. Full schedule on the Discord, which you should also definitely join. And that does it for tonight's show. I'll see you all next time for December's episode of Roundtable Talk with Crown and Crew. Goodbye, adios, pa'alam, sayonara.
Though her vocabulary is a bit confused when it comes to entertainment, she just can't lose. Her Majesty is ready to go. Turn up the lights, let's start the show. with special guests.